You guys gotta let me know if you like the dancing at the beginning. Sometimes my phone freezes right after I hit go live, so I don't know what to do, so I just do the only thing I know how to do, which is dance really, really well. So, welcome to Brunch Break, episode 5. I can't believe it's been 5 weeks since I've been doing brunch breaks. My name is Bethany Steck-Janacek, also known as Mrs. Love Chard, and I am your host for Weekly Brunch Break. This is where I come on the Love Chard page every single Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time and share with you my weight loss journey, my 80-pound weight loss transformation. And I do this so that I can help inspire others to discover their own journey and to support them on their journey and to share what I went through, the struggles, the triumphs, the successes, the wins, the losses, and all of that so that I can help support you on your healthy lifestyle journey, transformation as well. Whatever part of your journey you're on right now, I'm here to help you meet you where you're at and take you to where you want to go. So this episode of Brunch Break, I'm going to be talking about the one dish that I did not live without during my weight loss. And this is one thing that not only aided to my weight loss, but this was a dish that I had every single day. I took it everywhere. If you ask any of my friends during my transformation, I always had this in my cooler. I was sneaking this into the movie theater. It was always around me. And I've had a lot of guesses as to what this dish that I'm talking about is. Some people were saying salad, some people guessed smoothies. Neither of those are correct, but I will tell you the correct answer in just a little bit. I do want to give a little bit of backstory on me for any new viewers out there, and just a little refresher for any returning viewers. So, I was overweight my whole life. I grew up overweight. At first, I didn't. At first, when I was young, I didn't know why or how I was overweight. I just always was. And so I thought that this was, just my life. And so I just had to deal with being twice the size of my classmates. I just had to deal with, struggling to fit into clothes. And, all the things that come with being overweight. And it wasn't just, physical stuff. It was a lot of emotional, mental stuff as well, It really took a toll on my confidence, on my self-esteem. And I was very social and outgoing. And I'm just naturally that way as a person, but I was even more so, I think, to mask a lot of the things that I was feeling and going through and not really knowing who I was or feeling like myself. I was into acting, one act, speech, drama, all that kind of stuff, and I would play these roles, and it was a little bit of an escape for me to get out of how I felt about myself and how poorly I viewed myself. I was on diet after diet after diet. Most of them were awful fad diets that no one should ever be doing because A, they're not healthy, B, they're not sustainable, C, you're not getting all of the nutrients that your body needs to thrive, a long list of things. So I've tried them all. If you've been on a diet before, restrictive, depriving, diet, I've probably been on it. I've probably tried it for some point in my late teens and early 20s. And one of the main things that I did a lot, of course, calorie counting, portioning out stuff. At one point I was like, everyone says calories in, calories out, so I'll just go and work it off. So I would eat just tons of crap food, donuts and wine and Cheetos and chips and all kinds of stuff. And then I'd be on the elliptical for 4 hours, and I would see all of these calories, tick up and be like, all right, good. I just worked off what I just ate. And, the hard truth is that that's while, it's not really calories in, calories out when you're looking at health. And I think that's very important to note that, anyone can lose weight if you're if you're calorie restricting yourself or if you are burning more than you're consuming, right? You may see weight loss on the scale, but is that healthy weight loss? Is that healthy to do in the long term? Is it sustainable? Are you getting all the nutrients that you need? Are you really living to your full potential? So that was the question that I finally asked myself when I was, on the elliptical for 4 hours a day. Like guys, this is nuts. I would I'd drive to work. Well, I'd get up early. I'd go to McDonald's. I'd get my, what is it? Zane, if you're on, tell me what it is. The frappe thing that we used to get, it was like a caramel mocha chocolate frappe, whatever, with like whipped cream and caramel and chocolate and all kinds of stuff on it. So I'd get that on the way to the gym, and then I would work it off, right? Then I would go to work, I'd clock in, and then on my break, I would go to Chili's maybe and get some Chipotle chicken crispers, double order of fries, strawberry limeade, ranch dressing. And then on the way home from work, I would work that off, and I would be on the elliptical until 8 p.m. And then I would do this every day. I mean, I got different stuff on the way to work and different stuff for lunch every day. But, and then when I got home from the gym, I'd be like, oh my God, Zane, I'm so exhausted. I need some food. And so then we would go out to eat. The number of times that we spent in restaurants every single week and the amount of money we spent was crazy. Anyway, so nothing worked, nothing stuck, right? Obviously this was not a sustainable thing for me to work it off. It was not sustainable for me to portion out 2 cups of broccoli. It was not sustainable for me to put little 100-calorie packets of Chips Ahoy into a little Ziploc and have those for, lunch. Those things weren't working. So part of it was that, part of these things not working was that I didn't decide to make a change. I was just whatever, I'll just try this and see if it works. And it didn't, obviously, because it wasn't sustainable and it wasn't long lasting and it wasn't, healthful, right? For my body and for overall health. So what was sustainable though, was when I finally discovered the whole food plant-based lifestyle. And this was a total game changer for me. I don't even want to say it was a game changer. It was a life changer. It was a lifesaver for me because I finally was able to not restrict myself. I was finally able to eat food in abundance. I was finally able to see the weight come off and not see it come back. That was something I had never seen before, ever. So I dove in and I made all the things that I loved in my former nutrition style, right? I liked ice cream, I liked pizza, I liked all these things. And so I would make whole food plant-based versions of these things. And anything that I used to enjoy in my old lifestyle, what I used to eat, I can make it in a whole food plant-based way. And so if anyone tells you that you can't enjoy foods that you love now, you can. You're just enjoying them in a different way. You're just enjoying them with different ingredients. It's a substitution, and a lot of the times it's pretty close to the real thing or what you're used to. One thing though, and here's the point of my whole brunch break today. The one thing that I did not live without, probably for a day, and I probably still don't go without this dish, is hummus. And I didn't eat hummus before this lifestyle. I had a lot of queso, but I didn't have hummus. And once I discovered hummus, man, it was a game changer for me because it wasn't just hummus and veggies. That's not the only way I eat hummus. And I'll talk a little bit about all the different ways I use hummus as well. Holy crap, I'm at 10 minutes already. All right, let me speed this up. Hummus, man, so of course, veggies and hummus, right? I do corn tortillas that I purchase. We got ours from either Trader Joe's or Whole Foods. They're just corn, lime, and water in a tortilla. And we bake those in the oven into chips, and then I use that. I also use it as a creamer, for soups, to get a cream, like a tomato basil cream or some sort of a black bean chipotle creamy soup. I will just dump a whole container of hummus into that and make a creamy soup. I've done the same with dressings. If I want to make a dressing that is, creamy, I will add a couple scoops of a traditional hummus, or I will take a flavored hummus and water it down a little bit, thin it out a little bit to make it into a dressing. And, with either water or vegetable broth, or sometimes like an unsweetened almond or soy milk would be good to thin it out too. And use it as dressing, add a little bit more spices maybe. And then of course, as a salad topper, like I probably don't go too many salads without hummus. Like it's a staple. And you can freeze it also, which is so awesome. I typically don't eat it with veggies or chips after it's frozen. I usually use the frozen hummus for things like creams and dressings and thickeners for soups, to make it creamy. I could go on and on about all the different ways that I use hummus. At the very beginning, I was purchasing hummus. I was at we were living in Chicago, and I would just purchase them from wherever, Target or Whole Foods, or there's a place called Meijer that had a lot of organic produce that I would go to. But I was purchasing it for a while, and once I got more into the whole food plant-based lifestyle and was getting rid of like the refined flours and sugars and oils, I was like, oh, I gotta stop eating this purchased hummus because there's so many unnecessary refined oils in hummus, and it really doesn't need it. Hummus does not need oil. I get asked so many times, how do I eat hummus or how do I make hummus without oil? You literally don't put it in the recipe. That's it. Like, you can blend it with vegetable broth. You can blend it by adding a little coconut aminos or liquid aminos. You can do so by adding a little bit of water. So never feel that you have to have oil in your hummus. It's not necessary. So I started making my own, and I started doing so for the rest of, I make my own hummus to this day. And I have a special gift for you. I have a hummus cookbook that we put together. Mr. Love Chard and I made 10 signature recipes, and there's a base recipe in there as well, just as like the basic base recipe. And then there's 10 signature recipes that Mr. Love Chard and I created. And there's cookie dough hummus for dessert. So I want you guys to grab the Hummus cookbook. It's on sale right now for $5 only. And it's going to be $5 until next Tuesday. So be sure to get on that deal if you don't already have our Hummus cookbook, and get on adding dishes to your lifestyle that help you move forward. Like I mentioned, hummus can be used in so many different ways and helps keep you full. It aids in weight loss. Beans are amazing, and you can use any kind of beans in hummus too, not just chickpeas or garbanzo beans. So get on it at lovechard.com/hummus cookbook. I'll put the link in the description, and I'll put the link down below as well so you guys can grab that. And I will see you next week, next Tuesday at 11 a.m. on the Love Chard page for Brunch Break episode 6. Bye guys.